Boom, shaka like a boom.
Oh,
Francesca was like,
man.
Francesca, like, let me get this last little drink.
Yes.
well, I was like,
Girl,
you
I'm
didn't realize
telling you,
she
it'll get you every time. It'll
was
get
like,
you.
look, let me clear my throat.
Yes. Good morning, great people.
Good
Party
morning,
people.
Super excited to have you back this morning. So officially, the ladies are here. We are here not only representing the Empowered Mornings Show, but we are here representing baby Melanin and Marriage Magazine. So if you don't know about it, ask somebody. Follow us on our page. Go ahead, Sparkle, take it over.
Okay. All right,
Sparkle looking at her morning message. Leave her alone.
No, that morning message is this morning. Today's a good day. And look, here comes Jamal. Like the gang is coming. The gang is coming. See, this is how you know that it seems like things are not gonna show up, but then the right people gonna just start popping in. You think, oh, how am I gonna carry all this by myself? Sis, don't worry, bro. Don't worry about it. Somebody come to help you, support you, help you. And the beautiful thing about what I have learned about support, majority of the time, it's not who you think it's going to be. You gonna send that email to somebody that you worked with 20 years ago, and you didn't think they remember you. And boom, they like, I just subscribed. And your best friend that you've been the best friends with for the last 40 years, she's still talking about, girl, I'm going to subscribe. My card, something going on with my card. I didn't get the link. Can you resend me the link? Come on. It is not that difficult, because I'm telling you, if Dillard's had their sale going on, you would be standing out in the waiting line waiting to get in.
Baby, don't let our iPhone get a new one, because you'll be all up in there waiting out all night. You bring your little chair camping out waiting for that brand new phone.
Wait a minute.
And I can guarantee you it's not $36. I can guarantee you it's not $36. It's not $3 a month. I can guarantee you that. $3 a month. Sow a seed for $3 a month. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
No,
Sparkle, get out of my driveway. Get out of my driveway, because I was talking to somebody that I sent a link to, and they were telling me similar to what you were telling me. But after we got through talking about the magazine, sent me a picture of some shoes she bought on sale. I was like,
the audacity. And then they were like, you always got something going on. You can too if you sow into something. Like something. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'm just saying, people work my nerves, y'all.
I like what you're saying though.
Go ahead, Jamal. What were you gonna say?
I like what you're saying though, because it's the truth, right? Because it's funny what people will pour money into, right? So people will pour money into shoes, and they'll pour money into going out, and they'll pour money into everything but themselves, right?
But
Therefore,
themselves.
yeah, they'll pour money into the all the things that they don't really need, but the things that's going to give good substance and education and building and foundation and learning, right? For some reason it's always a block on people wanting to invest in themselves. Fran, I know Fran probably remembers a long time ago we did a life planning seminar, and simply it was $20 to get a ticket to it, but we're talking about taxes, credit repair, entrepreneurship, how to buy your first house. We had life coaches on deck. Like, I'm actually a certified life coach as well. A good friend of mine, Stacy Bryant, runs the International Coaching University up in Atlanta. Right, she came down, so it was a whole seminar. People normally would pay, $5.99, $25.99, something like that for those type of tickets, and we were simply charging $20. Right, they come out and
Just a
get the
tip.
information. Yeah,
Just a tip.
exactly.
Just a tip.
So
But they'll pay $1,000 to go see Tim Robbins or any
correct.
other. Well, I mean, you'll invest $2,000 a month to be coached by so and so, but you refuse. I don't think it's that. Let's just be real. Let's just be real about it. It has nothing to do with not wanting to invest in yourself. We're not the right color.
Yeah.
They
That
don't, you don't.
Reverend Pat, and also not only are you not the right color, sometimes sadly I see a lot in our community, just working with other people. There is this, whether it's conscious or subconsciously, there is this stigma of, well, if I invest in your program, then I'm investing in you. And
Correct.
I
Hmm.
want you to do well, but I definitely don't want you to do better than me. And a lot of
Hmm.
times people think that they can
Stop.
sprint no, they think they could just get to the finish line without doing the work. They don't want to run the marathon. They don't understand
No.
what it takes to sit in that space. When you talk about the more well-known speakers and coaches, they don't understand what it takes to sit in that place. And then I feel that
Exactly.
sometimes they dismiss the fact, like, Jamal is certified life coach, I'm certified business coach. They
We
they dismiss,
certified. Like
yes, that you, and you,
Certified
right,
life
you've invested in yourself.
certified life
You've
coach.
invested in yourself.
Certified
You
life coach.
spent money, right? You've invested in
yeah.
yourself and spent money to have these credentials, and and it's not even, I feel that knowledge is powerful. We can learn from anyone, right?
Mhm.
But
Anybody.
you took an extra step, you invested in yourself, so that not only do people know that, hey, she can help me, she's knowledgeable, but she also has taken an extra step, and she has gotten the education, the knowledge. She's taking an extra step. So it puts a little bit more credibility on, I may be a little bit skeptical about coming into this $25.99, this $49.99, this $9,999 program.
Hmm.
But you'd be amazed how many people don't have any of that, right? And people will still invest, and then we'll see what happens. We live in the world of social media. They turn around and they get on social media and they drag these people. And I'm not saying what they're doing
Yes.
is right. I'm not saying what
No.
they're doing is right, but they drag these people. And I'm saying to myself, there is no way I would have spent my rent, my mortgage, my car payment on anybody's program, and then I know I'm not going to do the work. I think if I show up because
Oh.
she's charging
Oh,
$5,000, I'm automatically going to be walking in that same space that she's walking in, or he's walking in. It doesn't work like that, people.
but it's a
I
No.
mean,
No, it
hurt.
doesn't. It
look at
doesn't.
what
It
time of day
doesn't.
it is. If we up online spewing
It,
knowledge, people still sleep.
people,
And
but
Hmm.
not even
look,
thinking about getting up yet.
No.
but
Right.
don't you think that it's a herd mentality because you hear a particular name
Yes.
and that just makes you believe that they have all that you need?
Yes.
John Maxwell, in one of my
Yes.
courses that I'm taking now, and I'm sure Sparkle can attest to this, Angela attest this. When you say we take the step to invest, I had a coach, I'm gonna go back. I had a coach tell me, sure, you can add life coach. You're a minister. And you can use that.
Yeah.
No. I will not put down that I'm a life coach, and I'm not. But for me, because I minister to women, I did invest in being certified because I do know that some people need to know that you're certified to say the things that you think.
To say your words.
To say your words. I know I have people that know, like, and love me that if I said it, it would happen. People want. But in this class I'm taking, global leadership, we had to listen to a John Maxwell video. And I'm listening to him, and I'm going, this man is using the same language I use. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
There's nothing different, but the reality is for a lot of us, we like to be entertained. So we pay for entertainment. You are paid to be entertained with sports. You are paid to be entertained with music. You are paid to be entertained with foolishness. You'll pay for that.
Yes.
But to uplift yourself, to educate yourself, to empower yourself, to elevate yourself, those things, for whatever reason, we don't feel like we need to do that. Or we feel like, well, can't nobody tell me whatever.
Yes.
But you don't mind spending $300 or $400 for, your
Because
favorite
such and such
entertainer.
gonna sing,
And not
and she
only,
gonna,
that's just for tickets. That's not for the outfit. That's not for the hair and the
Right.
makeup. That's not. So you're
Right.
and
thinking
it
that.
definitely ain't for the hotel.
Other
Thank you.
travel. Yeah.
So you spend a $1,500 weekend to go see somebody that, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, was it a great experience? Probably. But at the bottom line, did it elevate you or take you to another level in your life?
Right.
Did you go to that concert and get inspired enough to say, you know what, I sing too. I need to go and get into the studio and start doing my thing. Did you do that? Because bottom line, if you're not changing anything other than saying, oh, I got to see my favorite person, but it wasn't anything that added more value to your life, you could have listened to them on the radio. You could have put on a Pandora list, or you could have created you an Apple a list or whatever, and had the same experience. You could have dressed up in your own house and put them on the TV and did
That
all of
part.
that.
That part.
And get the same results. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get the
Yes.
same results. So we have to get out of, because and let's also keep it real. Even when people say, well, even with churches have become more entertainment driven than they
Entertainment.
entertainment driven. You go to church now and people don't even get hooped and hyped up until somebody jumping up on a pew while they running around here dancing and running around the building, and then you're like, oh wow.
No,
We have got to
and
get
that's
out
the sad
of
part.
that's
Yes.
the same part.
Sad part.
Yes. Not
Because
only that though, the difference between us as coaching, my first session, you have homework. Like, you got work immediately. We don't wait to no. Day one,
I'm
this
not
is
going to
what
do
I
your
need
work
you to
for
do.
you.
This
I'm
is
not
what
going to do your
Right.
work for you.
That's right.
see that's the difference. They gonna do the songs, they gonna do all that. No, you come like we like, yes, I laugh and I sparkle, but when it's coaching time, it's coaching
It's
time.
coaching time.
Yeah,
Right.
like you have gotten a whole different person. This
That's
because
right.
what I have realized is God has put this person in my hands. So it's no playing time.
That's
I
right.
have to answer to God. Like, I
That's it.
have to literally answer to him. If
Yes.
I don't say or do what I'm supposed to, I'm in trouble. Like,
Right.
For
for
sure.
real.
For
So
sure.
But
I
that's
think
the difference,
that's a lot of
Marco.
difference. I have coached people and they come to my first session and I give them the homework and they don't even show back. Like, they
Right.
ghost. They
I'm done.
gone.
Because
Out of here.
So my
Right.
favorite thing is asset versus liability. Y'all know, because I'm in this space. So, a question that we could definitely ask ourselves: are we being an asset in our lives? Or are we being a liability in our lives? If
Come
we
on.
want to be real with ourselves, and most of the time, we don't want to be real with ourselves.
We do not.
We want to take our shortcomings, our challenges, and we want to place blame on something else, and I know we all, hey, life is challenging for everyone. We've all gone through things. We will continue to go through things. But at some point, when you are a 50-year-old man or a 50-year-old woman and you don't want to take accountability and all you keep going back to is what your mother didn't do, what your father didn't do,
Oh, that part.
how people have treated you in the world as a melanated male or a melanated female, again, check those ships, those relationships, all
Yep.
relationships. Are
Them
they an
ships.
asset or are they a liability? So when I talk to people all the time, that's one of my first questions in coaching. Hey, so are you here to become an asset to your life
Yes.
or to
Yes.
continue to be a liability to your life?
Yeah.
Because I can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. I definitely want it
Yes.
for you because when you win, I win. My
Correct.
business wins. That's what I'm here for. And like you said, Dr. Sparkle, you on my watch. I'm on God's watch.
He wants me.
He
Yes.
loves
Yes.
you to be in this season.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yes.
have
Yes.
to answer to nobody except him. And that's the difference. Because
Yes.
what Sparkle said is so important. If what we do, no matter what we're bringing to the table, no matter what we do, if in our minds we remember that we have to be good stewards of the souls
Mhm.
that God has brought into our lives, because you're not here by accident.
Nope.
I
Right.
don't believe God's not an incidental God. God is a very intentional God. So if he led you to Sparkle, Sparkle has to know that I'm on assignment. I'm not just your coach anymore. Now I'm on assignment. I'm fulfilling a divine assignment. And for
Correct.
us, I think that knowledge is what pushes us to do what we need to do to be better at what we do. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Is-
for sure.
Not
That's
only it brings you to our assignment with Melanin Marriage. This is not just, oh, Anthony, will you write for Melanin Marriage? And he like, oh well, sure, I don't have nothing else to do. Let me see, like, that sound good. You gotta research, you gotta study, and
for
you
sure.
have to figure out, does this flow?
Exactly.
Like, a lot of work takes in to what you're doing. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, they just writing an article. No, baby, I'm not just writing an article. I'm putting out God's word. I'm putting
Yes.
out knowledge. And all I need you to do is go back and pull something on Google, and it's like, that's not true. No, it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this
Yes.
God, Angela is very strategic about everything she does.
Yes,
Everything
she
is a
Mhm.
is.
strategy. She's not going to let anybody in that's not willing to do the work. That
Right.
means
Correct.
behind the scenes
Right.
and in the scene. Like, she's not,
Correct.
because God gave her a vision,
That's
and
right.
now it's her responsibility to
Yes.
make sure the vision comes to pass, that the vision goes
Yes.
the way it's supposed to. So if she
Mm-hmm.
go and say, Billy Bob, I know you don't care about life, and I don't know, I know you're gonna put some foolishness in the magazine. Like, God gonna be like, what are you doing?
Right.
Right.
Because
I'm gonna say
Exactly.
you,
this, Spark. I'm gonna say this. Even though, and I'm gonna just be honest, it's somewhat disappointing that the subscribers haven't came in, because we've got some heavy hitters and some amazing articles, some things that will change your life. So it's
yes,
Right.
disappointing that people don't come in and be like, oh, 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 I'm gonna support you. But at the same time, I also know that it's a blessing, because at the end of the day, if it was like that, that means that we put a whole bunch of entertainment out there that's not going to change anybody. What
Right.
is in this magazine, if you pay attention, if you read it, if you allow it to soak into your spirit, then
Yep.
you're going to start to
Mm-hmm.
see some transformation happen. You're going to start to see, what is it, Jamal, that you have?
Mhm.
Faith requires action, action drives results. When you
yes,
Correct.
start reading that, that's going to tap you different. That's going to hit
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
different to say that, you know what, I can't be like Francesca said, this melanated man out here. And I always say, everybody against me. Nobody want to see me win. My daddy wasn't around. You can't be this melanated woman and say that I can't never catch a break. it shifts your thoughts, it shifts your actions, it shifts your results. And so it takes however long it takes to get where it is. Bottom line, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. So the quality
Yes.
of people who get
Yes. Yes.
will be the
There you
ones who
go.
are supposed to have it.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
have to stop. I don't have to think about, oh, we don't even have
Mm,
X number of subscribers. We need to do more.
Yes.
It should be more. Shouldn't
Yeah.
God is gonna blow regardless. God is saying, Jamal and I,
Yes.
talked about subscribe somebody who would sponsor the magazine. He can send
Right.
one sponsors that would make 1,000 subscribers look like candy, right?
And put his
That's right.
name on it, and that
That's right.
sponsor put
Right.
their name on it. And
Right.
But
then once the sad part is, I don't think we would ever get to max exposure. But if we got to the max exposure where it can't, it can only hold so many people because it's virtual. People gonna be like, well, what happened? I tried to get in. No, you did not. You did not try to get in.
Well, guess
And
what? If they did,
no,
Dr. Sparkle, you know what that means? It's not their season to get in.
no, it's
Okay.
not. And
That's
that's
right.
the
That's right.
key.
Procrastination.
That's right.
Procrastination is one of our biggest faults
Biggest.
when we talk about accountability. So if you miss the opportunity, then that when your opportunity. I mean, it's just that simple. We have to get to a place like all of you have said, you know, investing in yourself. You may, some of the words that come off of that screen may be someone's answered prayer, maybe someone's ram in the bush. You don't know what people are dealing with day to day. You don't know what their mindset was before they started flipping through that magazine. And so whenever I write, those are things that I think about as well, not just from a perspective of where I am sitting at today in my life, but from the perspective of where I want to sit, from the perspective of where I
Exactly.
have sat, where other
Right.
people are, and how I have overcome to get to this space, and how I'm still not done. I'm still believing God for
Still not done.
amazing things in my life. And, sometimes people, they just lack hope. And so I think that's a big part of the message of
ooh,
Melanin in Marriage for
ooh.
everyone, not just for people of color, but for everyone.
For
Hope,
everyone.
restoring hope. We have gone through so much in the world in the last 5 years. I wouldn't even say the last decade, but the last
I
5
said a
years.
decade.
And a lot of people are, I think they're kind of stuck in time. You have a lot of people who are still stuck in 2020, 2021, when we saw
When
COVID come in. And a lot of
That's
people
good,
lost a
Francesca.
lot.
That is
They
so
lost
good.
a lot, and I'm not just talking about materialistic things. I'm talking about
Mentally.
people lost mentally, physically, spiritually.
family.
People
Yep.
lost family. People
Yep.
lost money. People lost businesses. People lost homes, jobs, and so whenever I write, whatever the theme is going to be for that month, I sit in that space. And I also sit in a space of thinking about, a lot of times we want to leave our past in the past. We don't want to embrace, the people who came before us. And when I say the people who came before us, I'm talking about your direct lineage,
Yep.
your parents,
I
your
know how hard my
grandparents,
granny
your
worked.
great grandparents.
Yeah.
What did they do? What did they do when they were living in this world? In
It sure
times
was
that,
not just hit.com. Like they didn't
yeah,
have a
Absolutely.
.com.
no, no,
They
they
had
didn't
to
have, how did
walk
they
to the
make
store
it?
and get to the store, or their
Yes,
kids was not getting fed. It wasn't.
right,
Let me just DoorDash the kids something to eat.
right,
No, it
right.
wasn't
No,
even options. I
I
know
can't
in my
put my
granny's
bills
house,
on
whatever was on
Afterpay
the
and all
stove,
that. They didn't they didn't have
Exactly.
that. I can't put my bills
look,
on pay later.
yeah,
They didn't have those options. I'm just being
Right.
honest.
no
So
affirm.
that's right.
Right.
hey,
Right.
So
Ashley.
so
Yeah, how
how did
y'all
they
doing?
make it?
I,
How-
I just want to
Hey,
interject
I
for a
was going to
second.
get in where you fit in, Banks.
Yeah. I've been listening, all morning, and we talk about finances and our community. One of the biggest struggles I think is we don't trust each other
We
in
don't
business
trust us.
or finance. you know, and that's part of what's driving. You know, I was talking to my wife the other day and I said, you know, I put out my advertisement and everything for the magazine. I got like 5 hits. When I got married or engaged, I got 520.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're selective about what they want to. Oh, I ain't gonna hit that because he's gonna be asking me for something. You know what I'm
Their
saying?
reality.
But you know what? But you know what though, Anthony? In that example, right? The only thing people had to put or watch the commitment at was you and your wife getting in that level of commitment, right? So for them, it was just looking at pictures and entertaining, like they said, right? But when you're asking for people to actually give you a commitment, right? This is a commitment. I want you to subscribe to something, right? Now you're asking for something deep from that person. But that's why I think as a team, right? So as a team, between the whole team, right? Everybody that's on the magazine, we had the power to lead, right? And what I mean by that is we had the power to learn, educate, take action, and demonstrate, right?
Come on.
So
Repeat
so
that. Put that in the
lead.
chat.
Oh,
Learn.
lead. Yeah, lead equals learn, educate, take action, and demonstrate, right?
Yeah, and demonstrate. Okay.
Yes, because we want to demonstrate after we've learned together and we've educated each other and educated our community, right? We take action by taking those steps and moving forward and demonstrating what can be done, right? So I believe thoroughly in that process because that process is what lets people see that you are the asset, right? You are the asset and not the liability, right? And when assets get together, they attract assets, right?
Yes. Most
So
definitely.
so I want, that's why I don't worry about the numbers in the beginning. And the reason why is because, when it's like growing crop, right? So when you tend to your crop, nothing springs up overnight, right? It's a process. You have to water it, you have to seed it,
Yeah.
you have to tend to it, right? And then eventually over time, you get the crop coming in. So if our crop is starting off as a small crop, at least we know out of that crop we have quality and not quantity, right? And
Come on.
quality will build quality, so and if we have to go through quantity to get quality, that's fine too, because guess what, we're still getting the exposure, right? And so one thing that
Jamal getting
Stacy,
ready to do us a seminar just for us.
yeah.
You hear
one
me?
thing
Just us.
one thing that one thing that a good friend of mine said, she said, I ain't for everybody, right? And that's
Yeah.
a true statement. Sometimes you're not for everybody because you know what, a lot of times there's people that will see the things that you've gone through, you've done, they've seen the journey, but they're more attracted to the success, and that's what they want, right? People don't
Yes.
want to put in the legwork. That's
No.
fine. If you don't want to put in the legwork, I'm gonna continue to put in this legwork and you can catch up,
You
right?
can catch up
Yeah,
because
that's it.
I'm a eat good over here.
Well, you
That's
know,
it.
Right.
sometimes we get into the business of feeding takers. And so we have a
Yes.
community full of takers and not a lot of
Yes.
givers. And
Yes.
so if you think about the type of people, or if you just take a look in the mirror at yourself
Yes.
and determine, you know what, I am a giver. And in my circle, if things is going to move, I'm probably moving the needle. If the relationship is going to last, I'm probably the one that's reaching out. And so since your community starts to look at you and say, well, I'm waiting on her to provide me or waiting on him to provide me the next thing, but they're waiting to receive something. They're not waiting to give.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And so that's one of the things that I thought about as well, is that, we're sometimes we're in a community full of takers
Yeah.
because we have a given spirit.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And as we flip this, because we want to thank the people that have subscribed, like we're
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
grateful
For
for the
sure.
people that have subscribed. So I don't want to just jump that we just talking about the ones that haven't and why you haven't, but the people that have, we want to
Yes.
Thank
say
you.
thank you so
Yes.
much for catching. Like it, I didn't have to come and turn flips and dance for you. The link, and you was like, I'm in, and that's, and sometimes that's what you need is I'm
Correct.
in. Just one person in.
Correct.
God went after the one.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not the 100, the one.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
just that one.
Yes, that
And
one.
when
Yeah.
I think about it and I want to get down, am I going the right way? Am I God is just coming after me. Like
Correct.
it's personal over here. My God is personal to me. I'm
Right.
his favorite daughter. It's
Right.
personal. When you
No, you're not.
have that relationship with him, it gets personal. Yes, I am.
For
Sparkle
sure.
Speaker Osborne.
For sure. And to piggyback off of you, Dr. Sparkle, that was so powerful what you just stated, because someone subscribed to the magazine under my link. I've never met this person.
Never
Mm.
met
Never.
him.
When I tell you guys, never. So let me share that as a little hope for
Yeah.
anybody who's tuning in or who's going to watch this replay.
Right.
Never met this person. Never met this
Praise
person.
God.
But they
Mhm.
started following me through social media,
Yeah.
right? And they saw me do my little spills, my little lives about the magazine and what we were doing, and just following me, and going and seeing, who is this woman?
Yeah.
Subscribe. Someone from up north. Never met her a day in my life. So,
When
what that tells you is, again, it's not going to be the people who, like Anthony just said, the people who are in your closest circle,
Yep.
people who you are always pouring into, the people who you're in one-sided relationships with, the people who see the anointing, they see the favor on your life, and so they want to be attached. See, it took me a long time to get to that space of understanding that. Angela said it best. I can't get upset at the numbers because I have to stay focused in this space. It
Mhm.
can be so challenging for you when you pour and pour and pour, and you don't see them turn around and take that pour and make something of it to change and shift what they have going on in their life. But
Yep.
you're giving of your time, of your energy, of your space for, and let me say this again, for free. There's nothing
Correct.
attached. And so I think for me, I had to, after my coach started drilling in my head, hey, it's great for you to give, but I need you to take an assessment of where you're giving, where you're pouring. And I also need you to take an assessment of, why did you go to the level you went to get the
Yep.
certifications
You had to
that you
pay.
have, if you're always going to just give? He said, I want you to write down, I want you to go and look at all the people that you keep pouring into for free versus the people who have invested something. So they have something in this thing, they have
Yeah.
something to lose or to gain, right?
Yeah.
And I want you to tell me what's different, even if you're not communicating with them in that space right now, but you still see them, right? Because hey, most people, they plan out their whole lives on social media. You still see them. So you saying to yourself, when he gave me that task, man, y'all, I felt like, girl, if you don't get it together, because I'm saying, oh, they still talking about the same thing. They still complaining about bills. They still complaining about, oh, I want a new car. Oh, I want to buy a house. Oh, this, oh, that. And I'm saying to myself, oh, okay. Well, I did for you what people pay for me to do for them. And you
Mhm.
said you would do that because you had a story, right? You said, oh, I just can't afford this right now. I really need to do this. And so, okay, well, I'm going to put this out, especially when you give a free, let's say you give a free series, a free seminar, right? You'd be amazed how many people actually sign up, how many people show up. And usually when I do something like that, it's not just for a day. I mean, Angela and Jamal can contest to that. It's like
Right.
maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, we jumping
Right.
on at
Exactly.
7. We talking about credit. We're doing this in 3 parts. I'm gonna show you how to work your own system. You ain't gotta work my system, but I'm gonna give you what I have. And you can take that and you can do what you need to do for your life. And you don't have anything out of pocket, right? You'd be amazed at how many people will sign up, they don't show up, or they don't take the knowledge that you pour and apply it to their lives. And then I may hear from them like 3-4 years down the road, and they might say, hey, I reached out to you before. And when I go back and look, I'm saying to myself, that was 3 years ago. You still been struggling with the same thing. You haven't reached any goal that you were trying to achieve. And that hurts me so bad because, you just think about how much better their situation could be, or how
And
much
it
closer
could
to be to
be.
their goal if they had have just been proactive instead of reactive. So
You know what finances requires you to have counseling,
yes.
not
Yes.
financial counseling, mental health counseling.
Mental
Yes.
mindset.
Yes,
It is
it
a
requires you
mindset.
to because you talked about it earlier when we look at our past and we try to emulate some things from our past, we try to run away from some things from our past. But if we just go to counseling and to heal from our past,
Yes.
then that will allow us the opportunity to start trusting a little bit more because you got to trust your counselor in order to go to counseling.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. And so you start to build a level of trust in people outside of yourself
Yes.
because some of those people raise themselves to a point out of their struggle to success to where they felt like they didn't need anyone showing them how to be successful.
Yes.
And so those are the type of people that feel like, well, I independently done this on my own, so I don't really need anyone to show me how to do the next step. But we all need someone to
Yes.
pour
Oh,
into us
All the time.
to
iron
show us
sharpens iron.
a variant way of doing things and allowing ourselves to capture that information so that we can not only apply it to our lives and better it, but to say, you know what, let me try it. If it don't work, it don't work.
Right.
But it ain't hurting anything because guess what? Doc is giving me free information.
Yeah. But what if
But
it does work? We
but
quick to say what if it don't work? But what if it
Correct.
does
But
work?
that's
right,
a
that's
trust
What
right.
if
factor.
it
Correct.
does work?
That's a
That's
What
trust
would
factor that we
happen?
have.
So
Right.
But you know what?
so I know we're close to time. So I know that this is our last Friday's our last day of having everybody on here. So I do want to take a quick moment that each person speak on their topic. Just a quick like the your what is your title of your magazine and what's the purpose behind it.
Let
So
me
that
read this
people can
quick quote from Regina. She said, when we don't heal from our past, those unprocessed traumas quietly shape how we think, feel, and live. Healing isn't about forgetting, it's about freeing ourselves from what no longer serves us so we can move forward in peace and purpose. And
yes,
that's
that's
the beauty
good.
of this magazine is that people have poured out their purpose, what they have been through that has shaped them so that they can help somebody else. Because
Princess.
bottom line, and I'll say this before we start, everybody, people are so excited about, hey, beautiful. People are so excited about when they see somebody who has a Maybach, or they see somebody who is, traveling somewhere, or they see somebody in these fancy apartments and these big, fabulous houses. You want to follow those people because you think that's what success looks like. But you don't
Yes.
know that there may be some millionaires who are out here driving a Ford.
A
Have
hoop.
them overalls on.
They're not out
Right.
here in Gucci and Prada and all these name brand things because they don't value the outside things. They're investing and they have portfolios that are probably worth millions of dollars, but you will never know because they don't show up like that.
Yes.
So
You know it.
we gotta shift how we see and
I'm
what we
talking.
follow based off of what society has said is successful.
Yes.
You know what's funny?
Amen.
It's funny what you just said about that. If I can, real quick, in the environment that I work at, and working in a casino, right? You would be surprised when you see how many people come in with with the flashy chains and Gucci this and Gucci that and whatnot. But the ones that I've actually seen spend money is a guy that's just, flip flops, t-shirt, shorts. You know, it's surprising when you see that because I've seen people literally put in tens of thousands of dollars in these machines in 1 second. You know what I mean? And they never look the part that we've established as successful, right?
Mhm.
And then the other thing I wanted to get out real quick too was back to what we were talking about. I think, and a lot of times we don't think about this also, but with people, right? When trying to get them on board, I had a realization a long time ago, and I talked to my dad about it. And I said, you know, Dad, I think I finally figured out why I've delayed on doing a lot of these projects that I want to do. And he was like, well, why is that? And I was like, I don't think it's the fear of failure because I'm not afraid to fail and learn from it, but I think it's the fear of success, right?
Yes.
Am I able to handle it, right?
Yes.
Because if I
Because that's a different kind of living.
Yeah.
correct.
For sure.
There.
So because if I succeed, right, then that means that I actually accomplished it, right? And then not only did I accomplish it, but then if it gets to a certain level, then I start having to, you start thinking about, well, now I got to hire somebody for this and I got to hire somebody for that. Now I'm responsible for their financial life, right? I mean,
Yep. It's
that
a
is
whole lot
different.
to it.
Here's
That
Very
is
the
different.
different.
And my
So,
favorite poem is by Marianne Williamson, and it's our deepest fear. It's not that we're inadequate. Your
it
deepest
quit
fear is that you're powerful beyond
powerful
measure.
beyond.
But when
Yep.
you step into that power, it comes with other things
Mhm.
because now people are pulling on you. And for a lot of us, you just want to be yourself.
They
You want your
just want to sit
success,
back.
but you don't want to be responsible for being a leader, for being an influencer, for making sure that what you put out here is not some BS that people just gonna take and run with, but that it's legitimate, that God has
Right.
Yes.
inspired it and
Hmm.
infused and given you something that people can really take and make a true transformation. That comes with
Right.
a lot of weight.
That comes
And we
with
don't want to carry weight. We want to be free and light, running
Right.
through life. You don't want anything holding you down. You want to be out here and do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. But that
Yeah.
comes
Correct.
with responsibility. Go ahead, whoever wants to hop in first and introduce yourself in your article and whatever else Sparkle said, talk about.
see how she
Look,
do me.
Whatever,
so
what she said.
Sparkle, I got you, Sparkle. Okay, so my article is about the word queen that we throw around as women. It's a thing now where everybody is a queen. And hey, queen, doing queen, what's up? Well, the Holy Spirit revealed to me that his daughters are not queens. We can't call ourselves queens because when we represent the king and we're adopted as his daughters, we have more than any queen could ever possess. Queens want to rule. Daughters rely on their father. So that's just a quick little synopsis, but I also encourage the contributing writers because we're all looking at the numbers. All of us are. But I want you to remember something. Steve Jobs started out in his garage.
Correct.
We're still holding this, and he's not even here yet. So the marks we're gonna start where we start. God says, "Do not despise small beginnings."
Yes.
No, if it's His, period, and I'm not doubting that it is His. If this is God ordained, don't worry about social media because God will blow you up in ways you never imagined. He's always going to be the God that's able to exceedingly
Suddenly.
abundant above all that we can think or imagine. So if it's 100 subscribers between all of us, if it's 10, if it's 50, I trust God. I trust God. And anybody that has good sense knows that 9 times out of 10, the people that won't support you for whatever reason. It's always going to come from the outside. So I'm not going to quit. This week is ending because we're ending interviews. But Melanin and Marriage is not going to leave my timeline. It's never going to be something that I don't talk about
Absolutely.
outside of Facebook because y'all think that's all we do. No, I know people outside of Facebook.
Right.
I meet people every day. Please, I created a Bitly page so that if I meet someone and show them this magazine, I can give them a QR code and have them subscribe right then and there. There are ways
Come on.
that will be
Come on.
that this God is gonna get done, but God has said He's going to get done. It ain't
That's
about
good.
Flavor Flav, it ain't about Rihanna. It ain't about Megan Thee Stallion. It ain't about Cardi B. This is about your relationships and your lives as African American men and women. Subscribe. Period.
Amen.
Period.
Amen.
Francesca?
Hey everyone, I am Dr. Francesca Ross Jones. And so my October article was titled Love and Money Building Wealth Without Breaking Your Bond. And my initial quote in there was money doesn't destroy relationships, silence and mismanagement do. So just want you to go check that out if you haven't already went to check out our amazing editor-in-chief said, oh, we're going to put this October issue out free of charge to everyone, right? Because we are just showing the world who and what Melanin and Marriage magazine is. So if you didn't go and grab the free edition and see how powerful it was, I don't know what you're waiting on. I would think if you go grab that first edition, read through every single amazing article, everything in that magazine is just, I don't even have words. And immediately subscribed and said, hey, this is something that I need. This is something that we talked about therapy. We talked about healing.
Yes.
I may be able to grab some of that healing that I need because everyone's in different levels right here with these people every month that may shift exactly what I'm going through in my life. For November, I'm excited because November traditionally is a time where we reflect, right? So I'm going to tell you guys the title of my article for November. Yes, I am. It is gratitude.
Look at her. She is telling secrets now.
It's gratitude and generational wisdom.
Don't tell them, friend. Make them subscribe.
I thought telling them the title might entice them to be like, okay, I need to see what this is about.
Tell them.
Look, gratitude and generational wisdom, financial traditions that still build wealth today. So, what does that look like for us? Again, November is a time where we reflect. But when we sit down and we reflect, like we've all stated here today, what does that look like? Yeah. Is it a pleasant experience for us? Or is it not so pleasant? If it is not so pleasant, where does the shift come in so that this time next year, when I'm reflecting in November, it looks totally different.
Yes.
It looks totally different for me. And my place would be from a financial standpoint. So I'm your financial and entrepreneurship contributor. And so, for me, I'm excited. Angela said it best a little bit earlier. She said that we don't want to have that space where we have to be accountable. We have to be the leader. There's pressure. Jamal said, what if I succeed? What does that look like for me? So what does that look like for any of us? Success is different to everybody, right? So I just, in my space, in this magazine, I'm going to help you guys navigate that space. So success to you might not be a $500,000 home. It may be $100,000 home. Whatever that looks like to you, that is important to me. And so I'm going to help you figure out, how do I take the steps to realize all of my entrepreneurial, financial, and business aspirations and dreams.
Yeah.
Honey, success looks like Jamal smiling his face when he sees baby girl. That's what success looks like. She lights up every single time. I always know when she hits the room because his whole face lights up every single time. That's what success looks like.
Yes. No, Angela, you're being absolutely right. That's the success. Because some people are scared of their dad. Like, they're like, oh my gosh, here come my daddy. Let me.
Right.
You want to say thank you? Okay. She said I did. But she's she's my princess. She's my baby girl. So she's literally the light of my world, So everything. She's because she's my only daughter. So she means a lot to me, means a lot to me. So here, you want to come on so you can see everybody? All right. But I guess I'll go next. You okay?
She like, I sure will. I
Oh,
claim him. He's mine. Yes, this is mine.
My daddy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so my name is Jamal Davis. I've got a lot behind my background. I think I pretty much covered the majority of it in the first podcast we did a couple of days ago. So that'll give I guess that'll give people something to go back and watch again. But my October article is about what we call freighter, right? Faith requires action, action drives results. And that article is pretty much setting forth the first step in the foundation or the first step in the journey of getting to where you want to be, right? Because my thought is that before we even get into relationships, we before we even get to relationships, we have to start with ourselves first, right? So let's make sure that as a person, we're complete first before we even take that journey into getting into the relationship, right? And if we're not complete, right, what do we have to do to heal? What do we have to do to build? What do we have to do to keep that process going, you know? So that's what I'm thinking about in that first article. And then the second article is about that's coming up is going to be on the subject of, you know, taking the second step, hunting the good stuff, right? Which I don't want to, you know, I'm not gonna say what that is about yet, but because I want people to actually get into there, you know, and read that. But
And just sprinkling.
That's
yeah,
right.
exactly.
We
You
just
know,
sprinkle a little.
like Anthony said yesterday, we gonna give a little taste, right?
Yes. Yes.
Just a
Yes.
little.
Yeah,
Little
we're gonna taste
seasoning.
out the pot a little bit. Right. So but I promise you it's gonna be well worth it. In that article will be a lot about, you know, looking at what is going good in your life, and recognizing that and using it as motivation.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yes.
good.
That's
And
original.
I am Anthony Banks, and I am one of the contributing writers of Melanin and Marriage magazine that deals with spirituality and relationships. My October article was God's Recipe for Unity in Marriage. Stop over seasoning your marriage. And a lot of us probably want to know what that is, what that looks like. Well, let me give you a taste of it. So think of your marriage like a dish crafted by the master chef, God himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's given us ingredients, which is our blueprint. He's given us ingredients like love, grace, service, truth. We all know those words. We all use them in some form or phase in our lives. And the instructions of mutual submission, sacrificial love, and unity. Love requires sacrifice
Yes.
because it's not an easy game to play. It requires you to be sacrificial in how you receive imperfections. It requires you to be unified in communication and being on and it also requires you to be honest. I know a lot of times we use that word openly a lot, but honest and open communication is necessary for your relationship to be unified and for you to submit yourself to someone else's ideas of how the relationship should function. And so when you read this first article, it will give you an introduction to what your blueprint should look like when you're entering into a marriage, restarting a marriage, rekindling your marriage, opening up the flames of your marriage, and starting to cook in your marriage again. So that's what this article is going to do for you.
Yes.
Love it. Yes.
Boom, bang.
I love it. Dr.
Yes.
I like that.
And I am Dr. Sparkle Tanika Osborne. I am super excited to be a part of this magazine because it's called Marriage. And most people think marriage is just about loving on someone, loving. But I get the opportunity to speak to singles, but not just single. It's the married people that need to get their marriage together too. They need to listen to some single women and get some, girl, comb your hair. Like that same hairdo that you've been doing when you met him. You wonder why his eyes are over there looking at somebody, because you have on them jogging pants. You got on that wig that's about 10 years old, and you still doing the same thing. So yes, I'm yes, I'm single, but married people, y'all can read too. Y'all need to read, and not only that, because sometimes as a married woman, you lose yourself in just being that married woman. Right. You forget about doing your morning affirmations because you're trying to get the kids together, trying to get the husband together. So you forget about yourself. So I am all about, yes, I'm single, but, and I'm super excited about November, because ask me if I'm single at Thanksgiving dinner. You don't want to ask me if I'm single at Thanksgiving dinner. It's just a good warning.
Reflection now. Reflection. We're reflecting on good things in November, ma'am.
And it's a Thanksgiving. It's still thankful. It's still thankful. But
yes.
But
let me say, come on behind us. I don't know if she's gonna make it because she is tickled right now. I don't even know if she's gonna be able to come on back and start
I'm just saying, people are quick to ask single people, you're still single, and they don't understand what that question does to people's heart.
Right.
Like coming up to, you still single, you still ain't with somebody. That crushes some people's heart. Well, I'm here to not let that crush your heart no more. To understand you're on assignment. God has put you as a single person to go out there and make his name great. Put your name, your maiden name, your grandmama and great grandmama died for. You still hold that name. And as you hold that name, it's still some things that get to say Osborne before he come and replace my name. No, it's some things that people need to know me as my grandmama, my granny. That was their last name. So it's all about that. But y'all know I get it. Everything I do, I'm excited about it. Everything I do, I'm excited about.
Everything.
Just lost.
Yes,
lost me. The single married woman to comb her hair. I'm just done. I didn't even hear nothing else.
I'm just saying, because you got your boo. I mean, yes, you got your boo, but your boo over here looking at me. And you mad at me because your boo is looking at me. Like, I ain't do nothing. All I did was come into the room. I didn't do nothing. But anyways, but I keep it godly.
Can y'all imagine some single woman walked up to me talking about, girl, comb your hair or something, take your man.
I'm not gonna take your man. I'm just advising you.
The PG version today, I guess.
I'm just advising you that it's some things you need some sparkle too. Sparkle up a little bit. That's all. That's all. I don't know if it's that stylist behind me.
You're right. Put a little razzle and a little dazzle on it.
I mean, that's not my ministry, but I feel what you're saying.
I know what he's saying.
See, Anthony don't even want to play with it. He's like, that's not my ministry. I'm not even gonna play with that. Yes. But God has the audacity.
I know exactly what you're saying.
The audacity to say it.
Anthony said that's part of the ingredients, baby. I'm gonna need you to keep that hair calm and stop sitting around here like some spoiled milk. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's real. But I just want you to know that ain't in my life.
Okay, all the fun is over, because we have, if everybody just give a round of applause for the next person, which is our visionary, is the reason why we here, how she put this together, stay up all night long, all morning long, don't sleep, just jump back on Empowered Morning Show. She really does this for us. So we want to give the floor over to Angela ALove Lewis.
So let me say this, how grateful I am for the people who said yes. And God is so good. And when he pulls things together, and y'all see, he gave me people who are good at what they do, who are allowing the Lord to use them, who see the vision. Because sometimes people can come and get with you, they don't see the vision, but I can say, here's the vision, and they can take it and run with it even further. They can add to it, they can bring something. And that's what we have right here in Melanin and Marriage. So I want to shout out people who you haven't seen. So, of course, y'all see the contributing writers here. Regina has been in here supporting, in the comments. And she has done her thing. She's a contributing writer. Carolyn Darensberg, she's a contributing writer. Ilyasa Simpson Bakari, she's a contributing writer. Monica G. Roy is a contributing writer. Natalie Murphy, y'all saw her. She was here earlier in the week, is a contributing writer. Patrick Tellis, he's a contributing writer. S. Marie Moore, she is a contributing writer. So we've got some people on here who will be bringing you something every single month. And I need you to go back to the first one so that you can be ready, because this first issue sets the foundation. It sets the tone of what the expectation is. And it's going to get better and better. So y'all just think, this is putting it out there just for y'all to get a taste. What they say, oh, taste and see how good God is. This is a taste. Just imagine when you start sitting down, not just to taste, but to actually partake of the whole meal. When you get all the seasoning, when the onions have been simmered real good, and they done put that flavor in there, when you done chopped up the bell peppers, when you done added in all the seasonings and flavor, if everything gets good. And what they say sometimes, when you let it sit overnight and you go back and eat it again, that was good. It was good yesterday, but baby, it's even better today. That is the experience that you're gonna have. And so I love it. But I need y'all to understand that as we put out the magazine, it's a prototype for even more. Because my vision is not just the magazine, but it is bringing people together, and how, like, when one move, y'all know I said one band, one sound. Showing God's excellence, showing God's greatness, showing you what it looks like to be in abundance, showing you what it looks like to have joy and peace, showing you what that looks like so that you can stop chasing the world and understand who you need to be receiving things from. And so you're going to see it. And we're going to get to a place where, like Jamal said, we're not going to be afraid of success, not true success, not the success that God gives us. We're not going to continue to play small. We're not going to just, exist and not thrive. And that's what Melanin and Marriage. You think it's all about just being married? No, it's so much more than that.
No.
So much more than that.
It's so much more.
Shout out to each one of you for your heart, for your time, for your talent, for your gift, for your skills, for your ability to show up and pour out. Because like Francesca said, her subscriber, she doesn't even know who that is. But because of how she lives her life, this person decided to sow a seed because of what she sees. And that's where the beauty of Melanin Marriage lies.
Amen. Yes.
I believe God, and we are not walking in purpose over here, for sure.
Walking in purpose.
Yes.
And understanding your purpose. And the lovely thing is we've all said yes. We have always, each one of us have made a commitment. And when you make a commitment, the people that we have, once we end, we end no matter what, no matter how, what, we end. I'm telling you, some people might be feeling bad, but they writing. They over there blowing their nose, but they still writing. They're typing to still get it done. So it's great. It's a grateful moment and a grateful thing that God chose us. When to be chosen, when God chooses you, that touch your heart in a different kind of way, because He's saying, I trust you. I believe you. I trust you and I believe you. So we're putting this out because we trust you too. We believe in you too. And we're just passing it along and want you to subscribe and be a part of our family as we grow and do different things. 2025 is not over. It's not over. Don't write it off. It's still some things that that belongs to you in 2025. Because when you buckle up and get your finances right, and get your ingredients right, get your fatherhood right, get your not letting everybody call you any kind of name. When you stir all them things up, 2026 ain't seen nothing yet. That 2026
and take off that 10-year-old wig. Take that 10-year-old wig off and stir all that stuff up, and baby, you gonna get right.
If you need to be sparkled, so when you walk into 2026, you still got that wig on. I got you, girl. I got you. Now, see, they make me act up. Y'all have a blessed one. It's been a pleasure being on this week. Thank you all so much. But guess what we do around here? We believe God. Do you believe God? We believe God. I believe God. We believe God. We believe God. We believe God. We believe God. Have a blessed one. We'll see you Tuesday.
Melanin in marriage, we just touched down. Holy Spirit led, got our boots on the ground. Got a vision, got a word, now the mission is clear. 30 souls, 30 names, Lord, we bringing them near. It ain't just a magazine, it's a ministry move. Unity and covenant, we got something to prove. Oh, we step by faith. Every click, every share, every shout of praise. We gon' light this flame, and the favor fall down in miraculous ways. Boots on the ground, faith in the sky, we lifting them up, watch the blessings fly. Melanin bold, marriage is crowned, heaven rejoices when love hits the town. Boots on the ground, we gon' march it out. Kingdom business, that's what this about. Bible in the mail and the name drawn loud. It's a Holy Spirit giveaway, shout it out now.
This ain't small, it's divine, yeah, we prayed on this. Every marriage restored, every brokenness fixed. From the altar to the inbox, let the stories unfold. This is